big files. Kind of pen and paper RPG. Oh, we had to go into the diary room. Okay, so things I still need to do. I'm gonna make a list. Fucking aliens are coming to get us right now. The LP in there with the music. Figure that one out. There's a locked door on one of the floors. Oh, I don't know if I mentioned this, or I was about to. I was thinking this before. Now, there is correspondence that there is a barn somewhere, because they mentioned best not have the guest cars in the barn. Is that a location? So 3 things. Right, let's see what we're doing. Probably get my cables trapped, that's what I'm doing. So we looked around here. Oh, here's what it was. I feel like I'm missing something early on though. Like, I don't know if the order that things get placed in is how you're ideally supposed to go through. So, Notemaker, 2002. Here we go. Welcome to my journal. Oh, it's okay. Polly's journal. Case 20014, the abandoned hotel. Welcome to my journal. This is what I hope be a faithful and accurate record of the experiments and observations made by myself, Polly White, and my partner, Nigel Danvers. The final project of our degree in alternative sciences. We've decided to carry out professional 250th of Call of Duty. Chosen the Station Hotel and Dowerton train station for our mission. Both are abandoned and have a history of supernatural occurrences, folktales, and more recently disappearances. Do you only get beeps when we're outside this screen? As many as 12 people are believed to have disappeared from 12? From no location on nights early morning the 29th to 30th April 1947, including the landlady, Edith. Edith? Is Edith the one that's with George? Miss Fly's actress. Is Betty the daughter then? Was it George Crabtree? He's the hotel owner. Oh, I don't know if the landlady and if there's a Mrs. Crabtree or if they are together. But it's Penfold. But I don't think I think when they're that's one. So in the room, there's the record player, and you should go to the photos, and you've got the photo album. She's the one who, when you focus on the photo on the wall, says there's 12 symbols, and there's one of them in here. Is she Edith? Does that mean Betty? Is she the music room? Now this, I'm only trying to find out because I have the name for the symbol for Betty, but I don't know exactly which one Betty was. If it was one from the piano, it could be Taima. I might need to go back and get and do something for one of the symbols because I'm not sure I got the right spelling. Okay, including landlady Edith Penfold, her daughter, and the owner of the hotel, George Crabtree. Massive police search and investigation followed, but no clues or leads were discovered. It's remained a mystery. 1980, a local Durbarton man, Edward Tully, carried out an amateur but well documented investigation in this very location. His diary, in our possession, has entries which talk of ghosts and strange appearances within the train station. Sadly and mysteriously, Edward Tully did not return from the station one night. His neighbour alerted local police after he failed to return home to feed his cat. Police found some of Mr. Tully's belongings, but no sign of the man himself, a mystery to this day. Photographs taken by myself and Nigel will illustrate the journal entries. So that's the hotel exterior from the platform. Getting started, 23rd of the 4th, 2003. Oh, it was on the landing page. 9 PM. Our setup is so cool. All of the equipment came in yesterday, so Nigel and I have been unpacking boxes. Christmas comes early in Durbarton. Universities deal with Haddon Industries is paying off big time. Not only have we got loads of RDCs, remote digital cameras, we've also been lent an RTS, remote thermo scanner, electromagnetic fluctuation monitoring equipment, some old goggles. They all work on different frequencies, so we'll probably spend this first night tuning them into PC Terminal 2. Having said that, we both know that our choice of location is spot on. Both Nigel and I have already experienced some oral and visual phenomena. I heard a few short and distant bursts of piano. We were carrying stuff up the stairs. I'll look into it further tomorrow. Nigel thinks he saw some light sprites out on the platform, so we shall set one of our cameras up there. Energy orbs have been photographed quite regularly, but I have yet to see anything on actual film or digitape. Our first mission is looking good. Oh no, killing the spider! Where's the chimney sweep? Well, the last I heard of the chimney sweep was he was giving me a bit of advice that I already knew. He said that he would be on the bridge over the platforms. It was tiny and yet it could never hide. So we haven't heard from him since. That was platform 1 by the foyer. Developments, 24th. 22:45, so 10:45 in the evening. Mr. Crowhurst came up for a nose around earlier. He's been very impressed, but doesn't believe a word of what we are saying. He's pleasant enough, though, for an architect. He reckons that the building work on this place will start in a couple of months. I would have liked longer for the survey, but that's life. Both he and the Crabtree family have been quite generous already, so I don't want to push our luck. Anyway, enough of all that. I should talk about the work. The hotel is bizarre. Some of the rooms appear to have decayed very little. It's as if someone was maintaining them. I have heard of this sort of phenomenon before. For example, there is the Rye Hospital, Sussex. Many parts of the building are virtually spotless, even though the place has been ruined for near on 10 years. This place is similar. Most of the rooms are well beyond the talents of the best interior designer. Joke. But others appear to be almost fresh, to the point where you can still imagine booking in for the night, which in a way we have. Room 2D, it seemed like as good a room as any. 23:34. Activity started already. I thought we were prepared for it, but no. I was exploring the ladies' toilet downstairs. At first I thought it was my reflection, but then realised the angle was all wrong. Ladies' toilet. In the sink or beneath it? Okay. Is that the one I was messing around with the... Couple of months she wants more. Most ghost hunters are happy getting a single night. I know. Well, I think it's because this is their you know how you usually have like a unis or colleges, the last year is like a dissertation or some big kind of thing they're leading up to. This is what theirs is. So I'm guessing that's maybe why they want more. Okay. Oh yeah. Angles are wrong. She just stared at me, or at herself, I should say. is she the one? Oh, toilet. Okay, toilet question mark. I don't know if that was the one I was fucking around with. Someone said they've put something beneath them, literally. But I don't know. Would you have toilets in the same place in the same building? Potentially you would. We were in one of the bathrooms. 6 plus days of guarantee is surely completely sufficient. Superfluous, in fact. I mean, how long is she planning on making this PowerPoint? Oh, that I don't know. I mean, it looks like we only get, what, 7 days out of them? Okay, young woman, dark hair, round face, looked 20 or so. Odd expression, looked like excitement. Putting something in the sink or beneath it, couldn't tell. Sadly, I set the camera up in the men's toilet next door. Never mind. Okay, 12:15. This is great. We're collecting a very impressive collection of footage, photos, and sound recordings. We're going to be very busy. A storage door open by itself. That is a first. I think I will concentrate on the upper floors. The staff bedrooms and living area are based on that floor. Nigel seems to have taken a fancy to the pub, reception, and even the cellar. He's down there now, in fact, setting up the thermal cam. Metaphysics, something universities teach. I don't, for the purposes of this game, yes. What was it? Alternative, hold on. Alternative sciences. Is that a thing? Oh. Is that the one we were on? I can't use my fucking scroll wheel. Okay, who, what, and why? That's what we're doing. It's one of them universities. One a night. Oh, 9:19. We managed to stay awake the whole time. Well, I know I did. Nigel didn't finish in the cellar till dawn anyway. Both been discussing the theory that perhaps there is something more to these hauntings, not just random activity. The hotel and station, for the matter, have a long but badly recorded history of phenomena. There are many places that have strong links with supernatural activity, such as Puckley in Kent. This has long since been held as the most haunted village in the UK, though I think our findings will blow the lid off that. 2246, something new, shadows. I know how odd that sounds, but that's all I can describe it as. Like a moving shadow, a piece of, well, darkness. Just a fragment of darkness. Oh, is that what they meant by darkness? So it wasn't actually like, it was a shadow, something that you couldn't actually see, obscured. And that's why the kid upstairs through the board said darkness killed him. I saw one first on cam number 5, dining room. It seemed to shift across the wall, down onto the floor, and up through the ceiling. Oh shit, there's more. That's just 2 floors down from here. I might pop down later on and have a look. 2303. Nothing in there now, so I took a walk around. Mr. Crowhurst is taken to sleeping in an old waiting room. Must be freezing. I could see through the corrugated iron. We were informed that the train line is long since abandoned. Well, I'm sure that I heard the whistle of a steam train in the distance. Perhaps this place is not only haunted by previous occupants. Perhaps the place itself is haunted. Every brick, tile, and pane of glass. When we were in the dining room, there was when you got closer to the windows, there was a train that went by, even though it shouldn't have. Possible that the memories of those that once existed could actually sustain the environment that they lived in to a sizable degree. Experimental Radivision goggles? And we proved some answers, provide some answers to this question. 2345. On my own again, Nigel's back in the cellar. Seems to like cold, dank, dark places. No comment. So I've been researching our finds. There are other recorded instances of shadows. They are mostly connected to superstition. I started reading Mr. Tully's notebook again. He mentions a darkness, though his description seems to differ. He connects his apparition with a singular spirit, claiming also that he had direct communication with it. This is something I could try. If needs must, there are ways and means. The old Ouija board. Obviously, I will not be mentioning this in my essays. I would be laughed out of Weymouth University. 255. I set up the Ouija in the attic. Didn't have any luck, but that place sure chilled me a bit. Scared me, no way. Just freezing up there. 326. Nigel's still down in that cellar. Might give him a call on the mobile. Something we're not supposed to do. Disturbed electromagnetic activity, you see. Speaking of which, the cams have all reset. It's not really a problem. I just have to pick up the individual wavelengths manually. I'm doing it via a plan of the station and hotel that I have imported into the software. Pinpointing each camera allows me to view its data. It's a lot slower to make a full sweep of the 10 cams, but it's better than nothing. 4:15. We've been discussing our night. Nigel thinks the foundations and timbers of the cellar are part of a much older building. The bulk of the hotel was built around 1880 onwards. The cellar, however, has architectural motifs and construction methods dating back as far as the 17th century. 4:50. By time, all is quiet on the cams. Was that success? Oh, that was the who, what, why, wasn't it? Okay, success. 26th of the 4th. Yes, 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 we got it. Well, I mean, we haven't actually got it, but it is recorded on digitape. Cam number 7 activated at 12:15. And there it was. It really freaked us out. Not very scientific, I know. Activity has been strong and consistent since we arrived, but nothing like this. 2:24. We've watched and rewatched the footage for over an hour. We're no closer to working out what it is or what causes it. There's no fixed shape or mass to it. I will email it to Henry Cuttle in a moment. Perhaps he will have some ideas about it. Could be a natural phenomenon, or dare I say it, a fault with the cameras. No, that's just silly. It is positively supernatural. Nothing anyone says will change my mind on that. 2:31. Connection is down. Oh, I cannot send the email. Supposedly, hadn't established a strong broadband link for us. Well, it's not looking too good right now. Try again in the morning. Nigel has been noticing several temperature drops on that floor. Using thermometers is not the most advanced equipment we have, but it's certainly the most dramatic. Nigel placed it front of the camera in room 1F. We're able to watch from here. Drops are not unusual in themselves. It's the scale from 9 degrees to -3 in about 20 seconds. That's amazing and odd. Is this the end of the line? I don't think it is, because when we were in the dining room, it was like passing by. Now, I think it's going underneath. At least with the speed that that train was going, the Phantom train, it would have to be going underneath. They closed down the station, and I think it was because of what happened here that they closed it down. But I'm sure somewhere said it wasn't in use anymore, like the line itself. Favorite thing is if a train crashes to go straight in the hotel. Yeah, choo choo. Okay, I don't know why, but I'm glad it near of us was on that floor at the time. 3:22. Will line shut down? I think it is. Because we started in the tunnel and we haven't heard anything going by. And by what they've said, no trains come by here anymore. Oral activity now, temperature drops continued, and there are now noises coming from upstairs. Sounds like music. It's very quiet, so it's hard to make out. Investigate further. Nigel is one of the funniest names in existence. 3:45. Yes, the music was coming from the above floor. An old radio. Could have been on all along, and our equipment interfered with its tuning. Unlikely, though. More likely that the hauntings are able to interact with solid objects. This, of course, is very common with poltergeist activity, but it is less well known with spiritual entities. We switched the radio off again. Quiet again now, on all fronts. Time for bed. 4:56. Couldn't sleep. Nigel can, no, snoring away. I've been thinking about that shadow and what relationship it has to the hotel. I've also come to the conclusion that the hauntings here are connected to the 1947 disappearances. Pretty obvious, I know. But there was never any proof. The fact that tonight's activity centered around specific rooms and objects suggests that the entities knew them, perhaps even owned them. Try with the Ouija board again tomorrow. What happened to these people? Was it murder? If so, where are the bodies? Nothing was ever found. From what the Crabtree family told me, George Crabtree wasn't the murdering kind. Supposedly, he went slightly mad at the end, but they put it down to him losing his best friend in World War II. Where are they? Sun's coming up now. There is a glow on the horizon. It's going to be a bright, sunny spring day. Shame we will not be able to enjoy it. My eyes are closing. No, they're not. You're fucking typing this. George Crabtree. Ugh. Dinner was disgusting tonight. Been ordering from some of the local companies. We'll think harder about what we have next time. Anyway, I haven't told Nigel, but I'm planning on getting into George Crabtree's room. According to the details we have, he had 2 rooms on the 3rd floor, a bedroom and a study. Took a look earlier and the study appears to be locked from the inside. Is that the one I can't get into? Room 3F. Locked on the inside? What, like a key in the door? Okay. Hey, Kenobi! Why do you taste soap? Contaminated with detergent. What are we brewing? Maybe something you drank out of had some soap residue on it. I'm cleaning it. I don't know. Right. Okay. Locked from the inside. Strange. Time for a bit of Nancy Drew style action, I think. Perhaps I can get the key out. I don't know if I can. Yeah. I've learned that there are other hauntings here, even in George Crabtree's time. Maybe he knew about them, perhaps even investigated them. Yes, I was right. He did know about them. The hauntings. We have found scraps of letters and documents that prove it. Nigel has found a metallic door in the cellar, which is sealed by some sort of locking mechanism. He's going to try and bypass it or work out how it opens. It's quite ingenious. What do you mean he's been down there for days? I have found it within fucking minutes. Nigel's just down there fucking sleeping all the time, isn't he? Oh, he only drank from cans today? It was worth it. He hasn't had any luck so far. Thinks that he has discovered something far more interesting. Obviously, he's keeping it to himself. So he can show off later. He came running up here earlier, fiddled with the settings for the thermal scanner, and then said, "That's it. I knew it would be somewhere there." He ran off back downstairs again. He didn't keep it to himself for long. The thermal scanner. So that is in the basement. Okay. Slacking off was meant to be working. Yeah. 1,000 voices whispering. They started a silent rave without us. The whispering, the worst to hear. Strong 22:45. Strong activity again. I'm on my own, doing my best to record the findings as I can. 11 PM. Something outside the door. I heard it first, like a vibration. Whispering. Yeah, 1,000 voices whispering. It is still there now while I type these words. 23:02. There was a knock at the door. There's no way it's Nigel. I am not going to answer it, partly because it may disturb whatever event this is. Also, I'm not ashamed to say this, I am quite afraid. What is this thing? Is it a ghost? It was no human. Oh, it has no human characteristics at all. Nothing to indicate life, past or present, just energy. Pure energy. Maybe not so pure. 23:04. Nothing now. Took a look outside the door, the hallway was empty. 23:45. Nigel's back. He managed to open the door. I was right, Crabtree did know about the ghosts. The room held conclusive proof. Need to do a bit of shopping tomorrow. Okay, 12:14. A thought. The thing, the darkness, is conscious of us. It knew I was in this room. I will keep this knowledge to myself. No, don't! Why? Oh, you've just condemned Nigel, haven't you? If you haven't told him. 1:45. Been tampering with the lights. The electricity is bad enough at the best times. The lights have been dimming and flaring all night. I also heard someone in the hall outside. They walked past the door en route to the bathroom. 2:34. There's a presence in the kitchen area. I was doing the rounds, checking the cams, and I heard someone in the kitchen, female, strong Dorset accent. She just said, "Who are you?" It was so abrupt and straightforward, I would swear she was talking to me. I didn't answer. Perhaps I should have. 2:45. I can hear the music again. I don't think it's the radio though. Sounds too old-fashioned. Yes, there's a record player. The eel is jumping. I will take a look later. It's getting louder. Perhaps Pete will hear it. Down there in the waiting room. So that's the dude that's gone missing. It's her brother, Pete. That would shake him up a bit, make him a little less Scully-like. Can make out some of the words. My two lovers wait. When two lovers wait. Oh, something like that. I think I know that song. As time goes by or something romantic. That isn't on the listing though. I'm not sure I've ever heard of a ghost that has feelings. Nigel's bait, yeah. Nothing good happens after midnight. Tubman's not going to sacrifice Nigel at 11:45, but as soon as it's 1:15, he's like, "Farewell, Nigel." Yeah, they are having a silent rave. The situation's changed. I'm not sure I've ever heard of a ghost that has feelings. Kind of reassuring though. Not sure why. 3:14. All is quiet again. I'll take a look in that room, see if I can find the record player. Nigel's been acting really strange tonight, keeping himself to himself as usual. I don't like secrets. We're supposed to be a team. You've not told him about the shadow. What the fuck? I'm sure there's something else that you said you weren't telling him about. That was that one. Failure. 28th of the 4th. 5 p.m. Up early. You will notice very early. Or to catch Pete before he settled in for the night. I had a lot of questions for him. Told him about last night's events. He didn't laugh this time. In fact, a look of concern passed across his face. Concern for what? Us? Him? I didn't want to push it any further, so changed the subject. 7 p.m. Right, we did some shopping earlier today. Well, Nigel did anyway. Went into Dorchester. In fact, photographic chemicals and paper. Haven't had to use such primitive materials in years. But he seemed happy enough. Hopefully he'll put them to good use in the new room. That was in the basement. Edith's. Edith is a record player, so Edith is the one that you still need to get. I think the one with the piano might have been Betty's symbol. Because if that was the daughter, that was to do with the music. Right. It's trying to put the names that I've got to symbols that I don't have, and I don't know like the connection. Romantic silent rave down there. She's asking who you are because you're not. You've not bought a ticket. Yeah. Nigel is this man's per wage slave. Shadow's bouncer. Okay. 9 p.m. Camping out upstairs tonight in what we think was Edith's room. Photographs of her and her husband on the wall. Neither of us feels threatened in this room. Quite the opposite. I personally am hoping to see the record player kick into life again. The room has been partially cleared. There are only a few of her things remaining. The dressing table mainly. Some of this stuff must be worth something. I'm surprised the salvage people haven't broken in and stripped the place. Makes you wonder why the remaining family didn't want them either. I would. 10:35. Popped down to write the journal. We haven't experienced anything much so far. A few temperature drops on the trusty thermometer. 12:16. Nothing. Nothing except backache from sitting on that wooden bed. I think we can safely say that Edith is not going to show off while we were watching. Shame. Oh, 12:40. Another knock at the door. Nigel is here this time, so I know for sure it's not him. It's whispering again. It's whispering my name. This is too much. I'm going to open the door. No, Nigel says that he heard his name. This is bizarre. Why? Why would you? Yeah, after midnight. Yep, all kicks off. Emailing Henry Cuttle right away. He has to get down here. Damn, there's still no connection. This is a joke. There's no connection on the mobile either. Oh, I'm scared to stay in this room, and I'm terrified to leave it. 12:55. We sat it out. I didn't open the door. Seems to have passed. I've got to calm down. This reaction is no use. Survey will be worthless if we don't keep our wits together. I think I will spend the rest of the night in the bar. Sadly, there is not a drop to drink, not even a bottle of ancient brandy. 4:56. It'll be light soon. I am pleased for that. The bar was quiet and felt safer than this room. Something odd did happen though. We heard the phone ringing, quite nearby. Perhaps the reception phone? There's no way the connection is still functioning, so I have no explanation. It's well known that some spirits communicate via electronic sources. Perhaps someone was trying to communicate with us. Next time I will answer it. Bedtime. A chance to rest and get my thoughts together. So that was failure, wasn't it?